Relationships and intimacy going extinct. This is a common theme in 1984 that is portrayed in the real world. It is not the exact same as it is in 1984, but there is a different value and sacredness than that relationships have had than they have had in the past. Intimacy can be physical or emotional. In physical ways, it can involve affection or sexual actions, and in emotional ways, it can involve affirmation, expressing emotions, or having deep conversations with someone you care for. "1984 states, we have cut the links between child and parent and between man, and between man and woman. No one dares trust a wife or a child or a friend any longer, but in the future there will be no wives and no friends." In 1984, they attempt to destroy the connections people have between each other and force them to be isolated. They destroyed the connection between family and friends and even lovers. It then states, the only recognized purpose of marriage was to beget children for the service of the party. They took the intimacy out of the only relationships that is permitted. Sex has no value except for making children. There is no emotional intimacy or true affection involved in it. What is the status of relationships and intimacy in families, friends, and romance in the real world? In Waltham's article, he states, marriage rates are plummeting. It's time to embrace new ideas about romance and family and acknowledge the end of traditional marriage as society's highest ideal. Ultimately, the idea of traditional relationships is going extinct. People don't see marriage with as much value anymore. They are less likely to put meaningful titles on relationships. There are many terms used to describe relationships without intimate feelings. People use terms like side chick to normalize the fact that people talk to another person while in a relationship. They use friends with benefits to take the intimacy out of a relationship, and use the word talking instead of dating to take the value of having a true relationship with someone. Social media also makes it possible for ghosting, where you just stop talking to someone with no explanation. Dating apps like Tinder or Bumble make it easy to talk to someone without having a real conversation. You can hook up with someone with just the click of a button. You don't even have to meet them or have a real intimate conversation. It's pseudo-intimate. Most were just looking for a one-time hookup with no strings attached. This makes things like ghosting easy because you can just ghost someone online and you don't even have to talk to them. Relationships and intimacy are still some of the most important pieces of our life today. They are far from reaching the point of 1984 levels, but they do show similarities. Relationships have lost parts of their intimacy, and intimacy has lost part of its value. The future of this topic can't be predicted, but hopefully the world never forgets the loving warmth of a hug from someone you care for, or the joy of expressing your emotions to someone you know is listening.